Alright lads, so the end of month banner for the month of August has officially been announced. There was no trailer apparently, but we already know what the characters are. They got leaked like 3 months ago. We did get a tease a couple days ago that finally we are going to get swimsuit binary characters. So let's go ahead and check it out. Let's see the characters are Ninny, Noel, and the third character that didn't get leaked, at least officially artwork wise, is indeed Macy. Now I've already seen the artwork obviously because they did get leaked, but I do want to get a close look at Macy. But this is really cool. 3 character banner. I'm a big fan of Ninny, so Ninny being in the middle does get me a little bit excited. Maybe she's going to be the, limit breaker character of the month, although I think both of them are. We know we're getting a speed no affiliation and power of Ranka Killer. But yeah, overall, I'm just hoping these characters can just be good, right? That's like the main hope. So, actually, okay, it makes sense. Ninny is the power of Ranka Killer, Noel is the speed no affiliation killer, and then Macy is a technique character. It's been a minute since we have received the Burn the Witch character, so I'm pretty excited for this. And looking at what we have here, we're potentially looking at some crazy stuff. So first up, Ninny is a really strong attack character. Her SA2 is a superior strong attack, so it does deal more damage. With that, she does have paralysis plus on every attack. That's really good. Her EX move is a forward-facing wide-range attack, a Ranka Killer plus. EX skills is recharge and also EX devastation. So her soul bomb does do more damage. I think that's kind of okay. More soul bomb damage is never a bad thing, but what we are seeing here, kind of what we always have expected with Burn the Witch banners, this character has frenzy plus 3 everywhere. Now maybe that's going to be the norm for every end of month banner, but it seems like just from first impressions, just based on this characteristic page, we are looking at characters that might be on the same level of 10th anniversary, which is what you usually expect with a Burn the Witch banner that we didn't quite get when we had the Burn the Witch Halloween units. But with that, you have damage to paralyzed enemies, more strong attack damage. Oh, damn, team party buff. Let's just scroll down. So power of Ranka Killer plus, soul trait is 30% sats, and also, whoa. Wait, what? Am I seeing that right? So she has 3 soul traits? Is that not crazy? But we just got EX skills, and we already have a character with 2 EX skills. I thought the soul trait was the original soul trait, just 12% recharge. So you're getting all 3 of those things when you link the character? The 12% recharge, the 30% devastation, and the 30% sad? Damn! That is an insane soul trait. That is by far one of the best soul traits in the game, okay? I mean, to be fair, the devastation isn't like that big of a deal. And keep in mind, because the strong attack damage is the normal soul trait, it's not going to get multiplied when you put it into the character as a link, right? The devastation, for example, should get multiplied by their base devastation, so you're actually getting a bit more than 5% devastation. And then the 12% recharge, I assume that's not going to multiply by anything. It's going to be base 12% recharge. Although, to be fair, to get the max recharge, you might have to have a max transcended. But look at the damage output here. We have frenzy plus 3, a 55% berserker. Very odd berserker value to have, only like 55, why not 60, but she also does have more damage to paralyzed enemies, increased damage at full stamina, 30%, 20% strong attack damage that you do give to your entire team, and also an 80% spiritual pressure boost. So we're looking at a very strong character here, one of the best characters in the game, assuming she can follow through with a good strong attack kit, and quite the unique EX skill in terms of offering 3 different soul traits, which is the first for Brave Soul. So I'm pretty happy, because I want these characters to be good. Again, that last Burn the Witch banner left a bad taste in my mouth. They were just not that good. Going down to Noel, we have range strong attack character. All attacks, wait, hold on. So she has, by the way, she has no poise break, but she has paralysis, so it's fine. I assume Noel's going to have poise break. So we have range, strong attack character, drain plus, killer plus, that being no affiliation. EX go is damage to drained enemies at 40%. And for some reason, Noel, who I thought would have been the limit breaker character of the banner, is actually getting frenzy plus 3 in guild quests. Now again, I don't mind frenzy 3 in guild quest skills anymore. I kind of welcome it, but this is a Burn the Witch banner. It's like a collaboration. It's got to be special. And considering that they just gave frenzy 3 to Ninny everywhere, why is Noel not getting the same treatment? At least Ninny got it, because again, I'm more of a Ninny fan than Noel. But that is very weird. That is very weird. With that though, she does have a team party buff, no affiliation, strong attack damage plus 20%. Now that's kind of good, because no affiliation characters don't really have any support characters. This, I think, for the most part, is our first no affiliation buff, and that is going to be able to stack with a character like Mugetsu. Maybe even, you throw in, for some reason, Ninny onto the team, you get that extra 20% side. So, having a look here, this character does have the EX attack too. That's very weird. That's very weird. I'm not gonna lie. I thought all 3 of them would have had like EX attacks and EX skills, etc. I mean, this Noel does have an EX skill, damage to drained enemies. Not that crazy, but it is what it is. So looking at her skill set, frenzy plus 3, no built-in berserker, so I'm not entirely liking what I'm seeing here with Noel. Just because of how crazy Ninny looked, I expect a bit more from a character like Noel, another Burn the Witch character. But she has Frenzy +3, 80% Spiritual Pressure boost. Essentially, I mean, this at max Transcendence, you have an 80% damage to drained enemies, and that does get multiplied, so you get a bit more. And you have the 20% side, but the damage output that I'm seeing here is not super crazy. It's still going to be good, though. Although, personally, I would have liked to have seen a bit more Berserker. You know, maybe in exchange for that no affiliation strong attack damage, we could have just gotten, you know, 80% Berserker, for example. Her main thing, though, is that she is going to be a really good lead for the ranged no affiliation guild quest. That guild quest has just been lacking new characters, so I'm already inclined to summon for Noel. And with that in mind, she's competing against a character a year old that doesn't have Frenzy +3, that doesn't have Killer Plus, so, you know, even if she doesn't get, like, the craziest clear times, she's still already, just from this skill set alone, the best in her attribute. Just hopefully, resetting and going for good scores with this character isn't going to take that long. So, like, just because she doesn't have the same damage output as Ninny, it's not that big of a deal because she's not competing against Ninny, if that makes sense. Although, personally, again, because it is a Burn the Witch collab, I would have liked to have seen Frenzy +3 everywhere. But let's see what Macy is going to offer. So, she's a normal attack damage character, unfortunately. With that, though, she does seem to be a normal attack damage character that isn't restricted to guild quests because she does have a gauge effect, which is actually pretty cool. So her strong attack 1 is a minor boost. Her strong attack 3 is a major boost. That's what's his name? Grammy, the Christmas version, introduced. That's actually really good to have. And I think this is the first time they are referring it as a minor and major boost, but it pretty much means that her strong attack 1 is going to have a 20-second cooldown without any recharge. It's going to be around a 20% team boost, but it has a 20-second cooldown. So with this character, you're automatically always guaranteed to get a team boost. A minor one, but it's pretty much guaranteed throughout the entire run, regardless of your build, right? And then the major team boost is going to give like a 50% attack boost, which is actually really good. All attacks except her SA1 and 3 can inflict drain and lacerate. She's a no affiliation killer, so she's actually kind of paired to go alongside. Oh, no, she's a melee character. Never mind. So melee and no affiliation. At full stamina, she does have an increased normal attack damage at 40%. Hopefully a way to stay at full stamina. EX skill is 30% bruiser, and then again, the gauge effect is going to give her 100% bruiser and also flurry +1. But also, we haven't seen this in quite some time. She does give the team party a strong attack damage buff, which is actually really good and might make her one of the best supports in the game. Maybe not, I don't know, but it's going to be good that, you know, she's a normal attack damage character. She already has a high damage output from the looks of it, and she's just making strong attack characters better. I like that synergy between normal attack damage and strong attack damage characters. So scrolling down here, Flurry +1, Bruise 100%. She has Flurry +1 built in. I would have liked to have seen Flurry 2 everywhere, truth be told, but it's fine. It's fine. So she's not doing anything like super unique to herself as a normal attack damage character. In a way, it's very similar to Grammy, but she does not have a guild quest skill, which I think is a good thing. So Flurry 1 everywhere with a 70% bruiser. She has the start gauge at 70% with the gauge rampage, so you're building that up. She also does have recharge built into the character's kit, which is going to be good because gauge characters like this do actually want to use their strong attacks because, you know, it builds up their gauge. And I guess considering the fact that she has 2 team boost effects to have longer than usual cooldowns, you know, you are going to need that extra recharge just to make worth of the gauge effect. And when the gauge does activate, at that point, she has a 170% bruiser with also Flurry +2, which is really high. And technically, it's 200% bruiser. Technically a tad bit more with the EX skill. So looking pretty good. Standard no attack damage character. Some unique stuff about her. I kind of like it. Overall, solid banner. Relatively happy with how the characters have turned out before even seeing their gameplay. The only thing that I would have changed here is really just give Noel frenzy free everywhere. Scrolling down, looking at the banner fillers. This is the unfortunate part. That is like good and also bad. So it's just Burn the Witch characters, which for those that have been playing the game for a while, for those that haven't been playing the game for a while, it's kind of a weird one because obviously, the filler pool isn't like the greatest here. Mosey's characters aren't like super amazing, but he is a Burn the Witch banner, so you expect Burn the Witch fillers. They aren't always widely available. So while the 3 new characters are obviously meta, they're very powerful characters, the fillers not so much, but it is kind of like a collector's banner. You're collecting all the Burn the Witch characters. If you've never pulled for Burn the Witch unit, you now get to do that. And that's why we said when this banner first returned a few months ago, don't summon, save and wait for a new Burn the Witch banner because the fillers are always Burn the Witch fillers. I mean, for me, I'm missing 3 characters here at 5 out of 5, so I would like to collect their dupes. And regardless, it's a Burn the Witch collaboration. They are going to be rare units. I am summoning strictly for the new characters. Obviously, would have loved like actual better fillers, but I mean, it's a Burn the Witch banner. It's expected Burn the Witch fillers are going to be here. And out of nowhere, I thought we would get a Burn the Witch collaboration, like Epic Raid Cinderella maybe return. We're actually getting an Esno Epic Raid. That's sick. That looks cool. All right, then, so first up, let's have a look at the gameplay. We have Ninny.
Hey,
yo! I like it. I'm super excited that Ninny is the best of the bunch, because I'm a Ninny fan, but I think it's a bit greedy. Like, you know, Ninny was the limit breaker character last time. The haircut on this character is really cute. But Ninny was the limit breaker character last time, so I thought Noel would have been the spotlight unit, but apparently not. So again, absolutely insane that she does have 3 soul traits. That's kind of crazy. I mean, again, it's kind of balanced because you're probably going to need a max transcended. The devastation is kind of whatever. But, you know, it's right. So SA1 is going to be a maybe group forwards. SA2 is definitely a lunge forward. I like the rainbow effects we have going. Yeah, SA1 seems to be like a pushback attack. Hopefully that's not like a range collision attack. That would be kind of unfortunate. What killer does she have again? She's melee Aranka, right? Oh, I like the SA3. It resembles our artwork. So visually, the character looks okay. It's just swimsuit character, you know. We're not expecting anything super crazy. You're just going to get water and, you know, swimsuit stuff. We had like 8 swimsuit characters this year too, by the way. Kind of a crazy year for swimsuit fans. And it's kind of cool because each swimsuit banner was different. One was Burn the Witch, one was Kubo's art, and then one was just standard swimsuit characters, you know. But yeah, overall, I need to double check the character's strong attack, SA1. If that's like range collision, it's not going to be that good. But I think she's alright. She's also in a guild quest phase that doesn't entirely need her right now. They are perfectly fine with Esma and also Bambietta. So like, if you don't pull this character, you'll be fine. Even with like the unfortunate buffing of the HP in guild quest, I think you'd be fine without Ninny, but she's still going to be a good character to have. The paralysis plus the superior strong attack 2 with the skills that she does have will overall be quite solid. I'm just not liking that SA1's visuals being a pushback attack. And the normal attack shrink's pretty cute too. Her bouncing on the floaty. This might be a nitpick though, but one thing I don't like right now is that they didn't get an original soundtrack. Usually Burn the Witch soundtracks are always like some of the best in the entire game. It doesn't seem like we are getting one with this banner. I've already data mined it. It doesn't seem to be the case. They are getting unique background, but it doesn't seem like they are going to be getting an original soundtrack. But yeah, Ninja's good. Let's see the Sobom though. Okay. What is she holding? Okay. What is that? She has like a sea stone? Is that a thing? I like the background though. Look at the water effects. Like I know we're kind of glazing water effects here, but one thing Brave Souls has gotten better over time is the background just not feeling like an empty void. I really like just like the moving effect of her in the water. It looks cool. And let's go. That's a cute Sobom. Alright, so Ninny looks solid. Noel. I always love that they somehow include Osushi into this. So in this case, Noel's building Osushi sandcastle. Model looks cute. Get the full swimsuit reveal because she was sitting down in the artwork. And she's carrying a bucket with her. Okay. So yeah, like I said, right now with Noel, the only weird thing about her is that she doesn't have any built-in berserker. Which might be a problem, it might not. I mean, it's not the first character to have something like this. We've seen it plenty of times in the past. Should be fine, I think. Again, normally when you don't have berserker built in, you make up of it some other way. So her SA1 is going to be like a vacuum-like attack. That's going to be good for her. Really good in Guild Quest, grouping the entire wave together, inflicting stat ailments. SA3 is full screen. And her strong attack 2 looks to be a potential AoE around her. Seems to be the case. So she has a more simple kit when compared to Ninny. A more competitive kit that's going to be good in Guild Quest, which clearly she is designed for. And keep in mind, all characters here are designed for the upcoming Breaker quest. So you want to use Noel in Team 2, slot 2, and Ninny in slot 1. Yeah, and with the status plus, really you can build a team like this, because she doesn't really have access to team buffers. So this unironically might be the go-to team for Noel is, you know, Toshiro uses a side, he can still inflict stat ailments, use Apache, and then you also do use Noel. You maybe could use Esma, the speed one, because he does buff speed characters. Does he? No, maybe it's Yumachika. I forgot, but one of them buffs speed characters. So you might use him. And he can apply weakening and debuffs. So actually, I think the team's going to be Noel, Apache, and also Esma. Because then Apache gets buffs too, because she's a speed character. Now I'm not even paying attention to her strong attacks here. That SA3 is really cool. So it looks like the SA3s are them like replicating the artwork, which I think is cool. We actually get the sandcastle of Osushi. A lot of cuts here. What's going on? That's cute. That's cute. Why was there so many cuts though? Why was there so many cuts? Is it supposed to show that like she's building it over time? Yeah, I think it's supposed to show that, you know, she doesn't actually build this in like just a minute, like 10 seconds. She builds it over time. And Miguel Sushi, she's trying to go band for band with Byakuya, which is kind of funny because Noel does kind of give her like a female Byakuya vibe. Maybe that was the intention. Damn! That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. I like it. I like it. Again, I'm glad they included Macy. Ninny and Noel has had a habit of just being them two in banners, so I'm glad they finally included all three females. This was again the one that didn't get leaked, at least artwork wise. So a lot of people didn't know Macy was going to be in the banner, but you could have assumed, right, it was the most obvious one. Although it could have easily been Bruno. I wouldn't have mind Bruno. But I'm kind of like 50-50. I like Macy and Bruno. Maybe Bruno will get a season in the future again, you know? But yeah, overall, Macy's going to be a really good normal attack damage character. One thing to keep in mind is that she does have dodge no affiliation damage. Is there any no affiliation characters in Brave Battles right now? Yuhabak? That's something to keep in mind. If we get more characters like Uryu that are just super broken, unironically, dodge characters are going to come back into the meta like we are seeing now with Candice. I feel like I would have liked if she was a range character more. So SA1 is a pushback. Not like it matters, but that could be a bit of an issue. It is worth mentioning, as expected, with the release of this new banner, and the entire banner just being no affiliation characters, we are getting the no affiliation Senkaman quest added probably near the end of the month, in a couple of days' time. So new epic grade, new Senkaman, looking pretty cool. Perfectly timed with the new character. So right now all we're missing is the human Senkaman quest. Maybe we'll get some new humans in the future to release alongside that. So does she have an increased chance? I feel like they're really trying to kill Uetsu. They're really trying hard to kill Uetsu. I don't know if she'll work well with Uetsu, because she is going to inflict star elements. So we'll see how that goes. At the very least, though, when this guild quest next returns, it means the final boss should be speed. So finally, Uetsu will not have attribute disadvantage. Well, I guess to be fair, the team boost. You know, 2 of the strong attacks, say not inflicting stars, won't be too bad. But I feel like she might rob a lot of the damage from Uetsu. So we'll see how it goes. She might be, like, decent now. A good normal attack damage character outside of guild quests. But she might get better over time. What's his name? Uetsu maybe gets replaced? If that kind of makes sense? Maybe one thing that's worth mentioning too, she does have 2 boost effects. So that will also unironically be decent in the Conquest, Path to Unity. Because then you have 2 attacks here that you can use. And get that 7 boost effect off in like under 2 minutes. So overall she looks alright. Oh, she played with Macy? I mean Ninny? Oh, that's cute! Oh, she's imagining it? I think I like Macy someone the best. That was cute. It's always cool when you see 2 characters interacting in a soul bomb. That's nice. That's cool. I like that. And then Ninny's actually just chilling in the war. It's cool. I like this. I like this, man. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it. So, yeah, overall, it's fairly solid, man. It's exactly what we expected, right? The banner was leaked a while ago, so we knew Ninny and Noel were coming. We've seen the swimsuit designs already. Nice to see a 3rd character. I think Macy is a good inclusion. Considering, though, that this is a Bandwidth collaboration, I would have liked to have not seen Guild Quest skills, which is a bit contradictory because I said I don't mind Guild Quest skills, but this is a Bandwidth banner. It's special. So Ninny, I think, is great. Maybe her strong attack here isn't going to be the best, but I think it is fine for what it is going to be. Noel looks great. Again, would have preferred more Berserker, maybe no Guild Quest skills. And even for Macy, you know, she's also technically a Guild Quest character. She's a normal attack damage character, but she's not restricted to that game mode. She doesn't have Guild Quest skills. She has a gauge effect, which I think is really good. So it's kind of nice that, you know, for what is our first normal attack damage character in the Bandwidth collaboration, she isn't as restricted, right? She can technically be used outside of Guild Quest, which I think is good. And then as for the Philippine, I mean, it's better than its characters. That's what I was expecting. This is the exact lineup I expected. I'm not sure it's a good or bad thing. I'm not sure what the reception is going to be regarding the filler pool. Do we want Bandwidth characters here? I assume we do, right? Because they are kind of rare, even if they aren't like as amazing anymore. But you know, if Ninny and Noel can resurrect during this collaboration, that will add extra value to the banner in the future. And personally, I've never had opportunities to summon for Halloween Ninny and Noel since they first released because, you know, I'm not pulling on rerun banners. So yeah, overall pretty cool stuff. Very happy with the banner. We're getting new content too, new Senkamon already, new epic raids. We are, of course, also getting free unique accessories for these free characters. That'll be available in the exchange shop, so pretty cool stuff coming our way. Let me know what you like to think about the characters in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.